am just getting back from Essence Black Women in Hollywood luncheon. It's also an award show. It airs on March 15th on OWN. I went with Shea Moisture and I'm just grateful. I'm just really grateful. I have been working so hard at getting to my dreams and accomplishing my goals and just being the woman that I envision in my head, that within the last few years, I've really been able to actively be like, oh, I am her. I'm not trying to be her, I am her. I've really stepped into that space, and being in that room, first off, going to this event, period, is just an event I've been wanting to go to now forever and ever. So not only getting the chance to go, but also getting the chance to go with a brand that I like working with, a brand that I've been working with now, that I love, that has a real like place within the Essence umbrella, was just like, oh my gosh, the things that you want, your imagination for them, even if they feel big, are still too small. That God still makes room for something even bigger than you ever imagined. And this was that moment for me. And just hearing the speeches, hearing the journeys of these women that just believe in themselves and like believe in their creativity and believe in their tenacity and their place in this world that doesn't make room for us, Black women. You know, Hollywood doesn't make room for Black women, but here I am in a space where all these amazing Black women, these trailblazers, these game changers, these women who have been doing work for a long time, not only the ones being awarded, but just everybody in the room, it really was like, you are literally in the right place right now, at the right time. There's really no other words for that. I've just been fortunate in my life that I can like pinpoint all the like ahas, that I can say, oh, and that's when I was inspired to do this, and that's when I was confirmed, you know, that I could do this other thing, and that's when, and today was one of those moments that I am elevating. I am entering another level of my life, and I've been actively working on that, like trying my best to create it and to form it and to all those things. So to be in this space that kind of just felt like, it felt like the change in the chapter. It felt like, boop, it felt like, there you go, was just really amazing. For it to be given to me in the way that I least expected was just amazing. And then what also was really like, oh wow, I was nervous about going technically by myself. Like, yes, I was going with a group of people, but I didn't necessarily know a lot of the people. And so I was a little like, oh, you know, I'm extroverted, but I can be very introverted as well. And so I tend to feel a little shy sometimes going into spaces where I know, oh, I don't really know if I'm gonna know anybody. But I realized this, I'm actually gotten very good at entering into spaces where I don't know people and finding a way to make conversation, finding a way to connect with people. But had this big aha, I knew tons of people. I knew tons of people. I was able to talk to all kinds of people the whole entire day. I just knew all kinds of people, and that's because my journey has been long and I've been doing lots of different work and all with one goal, but I just know lots of people. So getting there, I didn't have to worry. On my way home in my Uber, this long Uber ride, I kept thinking about my 20-year-old self when she first moved to Los Angeles, who didn't know anyone. Literally nobody. I just moved with my mom and my parents. My mom and dad moved me, but ultimately they were moving me for my dreams, but I didn't know anyone. And I remember the few parties and stuff that I would go to, and I was really like shy and very like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to try and figure something out. And it was hard. It was really, really hard. And so sometimes I feel still like that girl. And then I realized, no, you're literally not that girl anymore. You're the girl that you dreamed of being back then, that you just were like, I hope I get to this place. You are her. You're here in a space now where you never have to worry about that. You've trained yourself. You've developed a skill set where you can go into any space and talk to anyone. And also at the same time, you've traveled so much, done so much work, connected with so many different people, that you do know a lot of people. So I got there and I was like, wait a minute, I know her and I know her and I know her. And I'm stopping to talk to this one and that one and that one. And these girls that were there, we were all at the same table. They were saying they wanted to talk to somebody and they were like, oh, but I'm a little shy. And I was like, just go over and like talk. Like you say something, you know, just open up the conversation. You could compliment their outfit. There's so many things you could do. And they were like, well, you're like a pro at that. Like you're talking to all kinds of people. And I was like, oh, I guess maybe I am pretty good at it. But then I thought about, like I said, like I had to work on it. I had this skill that I had to like develop because I was pursuing this life that I didn't know how it was gonna look, but I just knew certain things had to come. I had to learn quickly, rather. Like I just had to figure it out. I couldn't always be the shy girl at the party. I couldn't always go somewhere and be like, I don't know anyone, what am I gonna do? I sometimes had to go places and just figure it out. And so today just felt like, wow, a lot of things started to make sense. Your pursuit is not in vain. You are heading somewhere fast and amazing and big and beautiful and more interesting than you could even imagine. And then at the exact same time, you are a pro. You've developed these skills in such a unique way that now a lot of stuff, yeah, now it's effortless for you. And like I said, I was in a room full of really dynamic and amazing Black women, and I was just really being filled up, and that part of this journey really never gets old. And so all of this to say, whatever you are pursuing, I hope that you get an opportunity to be inspired by the pursuit. I hope that you get just moments, just glimpses into other people's journeys that confirm for you that you are not crazy, and that as difficult as your journey is, that everybody has their own thing that they're figuring out and navigating, and so you can get through yours the same way this person that you're looking at is getting through theirs, and that you just keep being inspired, because that's what it did for me today. It just made me feel really inspired. So yeah. So thank you to Essence Black Women in Hollywood Luncheon Award Show event. Thank you to Shea Moisture for inviting me and allowing me to be in a space that just made me feel very whole and very seen, and having that opportunity to work with a brand who sees me fully. Man, I can't even put it into words. It just makes me feel really good. Okay.